Welcome, and of course, welcome back, fellow fans of Clash of Clans. It is your host, Galadon. Super excited to be bringing you ready for this, episode 12? That's right, 12 of No Cash Clash. Thank you so much for the crazy support for this series. All of those likes means you guys want more episodes, so we are on our way, closing in on Townhall 7. Now, generally in these episodes, I'm not boring you with the miscellaneous, all of the different individual upgrades we're doing. As we do get higher in the town halls, of course, I'll include the critical upgrades and the important upgrades to do first. But again, I just wanted to thank you guys. We are about to get into some attacks, but first, I wanted to let you know that today's episode is actually sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. And the funny thing is, people ask me all the time, Galadon, what games do you play besides Clash of Clans? Okay, you've got to check out Raid Shadow Legends. In fact, if you download right now using the link in the description, I bet you will find me online. Okay, perhaps you can join my clan. Look me up. I am, of course, Galadon Gaming. And I'm telling you, yes, it's dark, it's real, it's epic, it's very different. It's also cross-platform, meaning you can play this game on both desktop and on your mobile device. And this is my actual account. That's right, I'm level 53 and I got there all on my own. I am loving every different aspect of this game, but especially the PvP. That is what I've kind of become a specialist at. I am in Gold 2, going for Gold 3 in the arena. It is a lot of fun doing this, facing other teams from other players, but there is so much more that you can do. Dungeon crawling, boss fights, PvP, specialize and upgrade your own personal champions, and of course, it is completely free to play. And now it is your chance to go to the video description, click on the special links, and get 50,000 silver and a free epic champion as part of the new player program to start your journey, and I will see you in Raid Shadow Legends. All right, we are back and raiding in No Cash Clash episode 12. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. You know that checking out games like that absolutely support the channel and help me make more, well, not just No Cash Clash, but those massive gemming videos as well, because you know those are coming. I'm suspecting there's more upgrades that are going to be available at Townhall 13 soon, but for right now, we are nowhere near that. We are way down here at, well, what some would call Noob Townhall 6. I don't call it noob because everybody was here at one point. Every player, no matter how far they are along in the game, played Townhall 6 at one point. And again, I'm talking about these bases as kind of like these easy puzzles. You know, you take a look at where the mortars are, where the different defenses are, and you figure out how to solve the puzzle with your deployment of troops, at least with this army. Obviously, when we're doing Barch, we're just spamming in a bunch of barbs and archers, and sometimes dropping a lightning spell on the mortars. Here, we kind of focused a little bit more on the key defenses, got around to the loot, so that even if we didn't get the 3-star, we'd still succeed in getting most of the loot, and we did. We got all of it, and we got the 3-star, so it all worked out in the end. And again, there's going to be a lot of raids like this. I'm not going to show you every single raid, but if you want to see every single raid, you can always come by Facebook Gaming, fb.gg/realgaladongaming, where we farm on the No Cash Clash account every single day. Now, the farming, maybe not with the most exciting of armies, but here you see my 2-army setup. It's all I need. I've got Barch, and then I've got Army 2. Sometimes with the barracks down, things go a little more slowly. I'm kind of switching back and forth between these 2 armies. Obviously, we don't have the opportunity to really vary things that much. The healers are just babies. The balloons are like paper. We're waiting to get some more powerful and more interesting troops before we really start to get into the strategy of Clash of Clans. But for now, you know, we're enjoying it. I'm enjoying the fact that you guys are enjoying it, and I'm busy screwing up the upgrades. Okay, what I mean is, you know, obviously the list is almost always camps, lab, troops, clan castle, get that offense done, and of course storages. I completely failed to think about the storages, but really the thing about Townhall 5 to Townhall 6 is your storages become huge. Peter, your storages get a lot bigger, and yes, so I didn't really need it because I hadn't raided that much, but eventually we remembered to upgrade the rest of the storages. We're going to upgrade the barracks because we want to get those new troops, and then, well, you can see there's just a long list. Now, I do have a strategy here. I have a long-range strategy for these mid-level town halls to try to save resources, because I try not to take it personally, but you know, I hate it when opposing players steal my resources, so we've got a plan. And again, we're not rushing because you guys said max everything out before you go to Town Hall 7. Alright, so we'll talk about that epic strategy in just a moment, but I wanted to share with you the biggest raid I've ever seen in the history of Clash of Clans at Town Hall 6 for now. Anyway, so yes, this at the time was the most loot I had ever seen, and I realized, okay, we're probably not going to 3-star this base, but let's do our best. Okay, it's a Town Hall 7, and so we're kind of a bit up against it. We only had Barch, and so we just spammed it as usual. And honestly, this still works most of the time. Remember, a couple of episodes ago, I gave you kind of that breakdown on where to find the loot. Make sure you check that out if you want to make sure that you're attacking a base where you know the loot's on the outside and not on the inside. In this case, it was a little bit of both. But you'll notice by the time the barbs and archers have just about had it and my dragon from the CC is gone, we've gotten the majority of the loot. Unfortunately, we also end up at precisely 49%, which is part of the reason why I'm not really focusing on trophies. I've decided the big gem reward for getting to, I believe it's 1,250 trophies, we'll focus on that once we get to Town Hall 7. In the meantime, another quick raid just to get that 49% taste out of our mouths as I was live streaming, of course. Saw another huge base with tons and tons of loot, also a Town Hall 7, and this time the Town Hall on the outside, so I'm thinking, all right, so no chance we're going to fail here, but let's focus. Let's think about the loot. Let's think about the fact that we have a strategic strategy. That's right, strategic strategery happening here, because we don't just have Barch. We've got some wall breakers. We're going to take a look at the mortars, get the lightning spells out, and make sure that we get the Town Hall down. First of all, notice there were no telltale tombstones next to the Town Hall, so we knew that was going down. Right here, we actually waited for the Barb King to path over the mortar, and we did a little bit of damage. Maybe not as much as I recall doing back in the old days, but then again, these are level 1 lightning spells, so we can't expect much out of that. So then we run in with the hopes right here that we take out the air targeting defenses early on. That way the dragon can move in, but the dragons, they kind of redirect. The wall breakers, they did get through that outer wall right there, and now I'm just trying to get the archers to target the air defense. The Town Hall goes down, the wizard moves in, goblins trying to clean up, and just, okay, now I'm just starting to spam stuff, I'll admit. But now, the air targeting defenses in that region of the base are down, and we know the dragon is going to make quick work of the little baby barbarian king. He was just a toddler. He was just a little guy. So the dragon took him out. Now we can move in. We've got the guaranteed 1-star, so no 49% fails. Not saying that we can't get 49%, but we're rolling in here and getting as much loot as possible. And again, it's kind of fun. I really enjoy this, you guys. It's so much less pressure. Oh, I have to get a 3-star every time. Make sure you get at least a safe 2-star in CWL and Clan Wars, Galadon. You know, it's just like kick back, relax, have some fun, raid some villages, and get excited about loot again. That's been one of the things for me, is to be so excited about finding big numbers on the screen. And of course, there's always the frustration of knowing that you left so much of it behind. Look at the over 330,000 in loot that's still remaining, and we did it again. Twice in a row. The magic number 49. But it's okay, because I have your support. You guys are behind the channel, you're behind the series, and that's been absolutely epic. I'm just going to remind you one more time, I know this is late in the video, and that means most of you that are here are true Galafan members. You've hung out past the average 4 to 5 minutes that people spend, and now you get reminded, oh yeah, creator code Galadon. That's right, I have to put that in every 7 days. Otherwise, it's going to expire, and Supercell's going to keep all the money that Galadon's given back 10% to you and 10% to charity. So if you get a chance, heck, even do it on a free-to-play account. You just feel like, you know, at least it's there. You got my name on the screen. I would genuinely appreciate it. Now, let's get into my super secret, awesome strategy for having too much loot. Okay, now, at this point, in most players' games, you're going to have more loot than you have builders available if you're playing a lot like I am. And so you can see here that we've got tons of gold, just a little bit of elixir, and what the plan is, and tell me if you guys think this is a good idea or maybe you already do it. The plan is to depreciate, what am I saying, depreciate? To devalue, that's it, to devalue my base. And what I mean is, I don't want to be a big target. I don't want to be one of those bases that has 1 million in loot available or 800k or whatever the case might be. I want to log out nearly broke because I do take it just a little bit personally when people steal my loot. So we're going to spend it instead, you know? That's the way to go. We're going to go out spending it, and then we'll log out, and hopefully we won't get hit as hard. And perhaps even we'll go up in trophies. So the idea here is put the resources into the walls first, then with my very last builder, I upgrade the air sweeper, and now you want my hard-earned loot, you can't have it, and that's it. Thank you guys so much for sticking around all the way to the end of the episode. You're the trash day Galadon. Now get out there, make the best of the rest of your day, be kind of people, and I'll see you back here again tomorrow for more full no cash clash attacks.
Galadon, Supercell called. They asked you to change the Series name to More Cash Clash.